Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. My name is Matt and it's 5.7 by 28 millimeter content today. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm probably one of the sole providers of a majority of all 5.7 content that you can find online, at least the useful kind anyways. Before we get into today's video, as of August 2022, I'm still doing my Road to 50,000 subscribers giveaway. It will be interesting to look back in a few years to see how much we've grown. But I'm doing a set of giveaways and I have a link to that first one in the description below. All you have to do is go comment on that video. If you're new here and you aren't subscribed, I didn't make that a qualification on that first giveaway, but please subscribe if you aren't, and I'm going to make that a requirement on further ones. In full transparency, I was provided these products from EFFEN Specialties and Imperial Arms Co. with no strings attached. I've actually worked with EFFEN Specialties over the last many years to acquire various EFFEN firearms. As with many of EFFEN's guns, they are born perfect from them and aftermarket parts are scarce. Say you wanted to Form 1 your EFFEN PS90 with our 16-inch barrel. Well, EFFEN doesn't sell virgin receivers for you to do that, so you're either left with two options. One, after you get your Form 1 back, you chop the barrel shroud off your 16-inch PS90 and you either cut and rethread that 16-inch barrel to a 10.4. You buy a used EFFEN P90 barrel off Gunbroker somewhere, again, because EFFEN doesn't sell you the 10.4-inch factory barrels. I don't know why. The other option is CMMG as well. I do believe there's a couple other manufacturers that may sell those barrels, but I've not reviewed them, so I can't comment on those. So you either have that route or you take this route from Imperial Arms Co. This is their EFFEN 90 receiver. Essentially, this is a solid billet machined receiver that has a lower sight tower on it and allows you to build a Form 1 off of this. And if you wanted to keep your factory PS90 sight tower receiver block as a 16-inch barrel. For anyone that didn't know, this hunk of metal that you see right here is the serialized and registered part of our EFFEN PS90, not the stock. One of the immediate things that I noticed that is far superior on our EFFEN 90 receiver versus our EFFEN PS90 original receiver is the machining and overall quality and fit and finish. I do believe this is some kind of cast aluminum. I'll throw some pictures here, but you can see some of the rough casting lines on this, whereas when you look at the EFFEN 90, it's machined from a solid block of aluminum and it's very, very clean. The other advantage to the EFFEN 90 receiver is that the Imperial Arms has a sight tower with a standard 1913 Picatinny rail. This allows a larger variety of optic mounting versus the factory. Now, Design Machine, Elite Ammunition, and others have done a good job producing drop-in blocks for our OE receiver for various optics, but the 1913 does open your choice up quite a bit. Our EFFEN 90 receiver is their tri-rail model and has a rail section at the 3 and 9 o'clock in addition to the 12 o'clock. The 1913 rail is also lower, so depending on your optic of choice, you'll maintain a good cheek weld on the gun. The Holosun 510C is like home on this gun. We have our center dot along with our large outer donut ring, so we kind of have that EOTech-like sight picture. If you've ever shot the original EFFEN P90 with our either white ring or black ring sight, you'll appreciate the huge field of view the Holosun has over that. As well as on my original receiver, I have our Primary Arms ACSS Gen 2 Cyclops on here, and this one has just as much advantage over the factory black ring as the Holosun. EFFEN Specialties and Imperial Arms Co. also have other parts to finish either an EFFEN 90 receiver build or your own. We have an enhanced takedown button which has knurling on the top of it for better traction. The takedown and 2 barrel springs are from them as well. They include this very convenient 15mm wrench that you can use for tightening our barrel when you're torquing it to specifications. The upgraded charging handle is from them as well. This design allows you to install after the barrel is in, so you don't have to monkey around with all the springs when you're installing it. You can get the springs in there and then add this charging handle afterwards. Finally, we finished this build off with a CMMG 1-in-9 twist barrel and their 1/2-inch threaded adapter. I would like to get an OD green stock to complete this build and essentially have 2 EFFEN PS90 SBRs. But like I mentioned, EFFEN is the sole producer and provider of a majority of these parts. They go through Midwest Gunworks, and for the life of me, they're never in stock. If you have one of these stocks and you're looking to do some bartering, let me know. I currently have a little over 200 rounds in this build and absolutely zero malfunctions. I didn't expect that there would be any because Imperial Arms and EFFEN Specialties knows their stuff, and it's pretty much a solid block of machined aluminum, so I didn't expect any issues. I'm going to continue to run this build over any of our future 5.7 testing. Hopefully we see some more of that here in the fall as weather cools down depending on my schedule. With all that being said, I'm going to get out of here because the bugs are annoying and it's hotter than blazes out here. But at the end of all my videos, I take a moment to thank all those who help make these possible. Number one is my Patreon and Subscribe-Star fans. If you want any early access to content or any means of contacting me direct, I post a lot of stuff to my Patreon, just general shooting the shit, so to speak. I also have my Instagram and Facebook if you need to get a hold of me otherwise. Number two is my friend Doran over at EFFEN Specialties in collaboration with Imperial Arms. Sent me all these goodies to review to provide you guys with feedback with no strings attached. And of course, number three is you all for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you at the range.